morning.
Good morning. How are we?
Yeah, all good. You had a nice one yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday was good. How's your flight?
Oh man, it was so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that for another week.
Where did you fly from? Was it Joburg to?
Yeah, I had to get a domestic in South Africa and then to London and then to Manchester.
Is it Joburg direct to London?
Yeah,
Right. Ugh.
yeah, that Manchester flight's terrible. It's only like 30 minutes, but it's a 4-hour experience.
Yeah, you
It's
might as well
definitely
just
not like watching the DAX and news.
get the train. The train's 2 hours from London.
Jeez, I was expecting DAX to drop yesterday back to the... What happened there?
Let's have a look. Morning, Ty. Morning, Sphinx. Okay, so we had PPI come out, and they got to always look for revisions. So we had the okay, pen. Hey, Ive. Hey, Dom. Okay, so price was, we'll just zoom in a little bit here. We had our different little levels of structure on the 5-minute time frame. Was inside of here, and then loved a little bit. So I had these levels flagged, and then you've got another little bit inside of here on the lower time frame. So you've got the top of London session as well, right here. And if we go to the 5 minutes and we'll look over to the left, these are the areas that I thought price would eventually like to sweep. So this bit, where is this like a consolidation? A little rejection wick. That's where we got to in the initial London Open. Just pushed down and they rebounded. Then you've got this another little bit, and then after that, we've got this little bit over here. So from these wicks, and that's the London high as well. So something happened inside of here that launched price. So eventually, when we had that PPI news come out, this is the first little London push. We're sold down to here. Then the PPI came out, and it just had this big spike straight down, and then it got rejected. So initially the print was on PPI was here. So see 0.5%. So inflation came out, a headline, a lot higher than expected. So if inflation's high from PPI, producer side inflation, well, you expect that to have a negative effect on the equity market. Yeah. Because inflation's high, rates means rates are likely to be held higher for longer. It takes off any sort of rate cut talk, and then equities don't like that. But the tricky thing was, at the same time that they announced this actual, what we had was a revision to the previous month. So if we have a look at what the previous month was, we had, we can look at core PPI, excludes food and energy, so it excludes some of the volatile goods, but they're both the same thing. Same result anyway. So PPI was the previous month, April, came in at 0.2%. That got revised down to negative 0.1. So what you've got in April, from over a 2-month period, you've actually had, April was actually minus 0.3 than what it was originally thought. And a net change of minus 0.3, and this one came in as plus 0.2. So overall, across the 2 months, what we've had is minus 0.1 change. So the year on year producer side inflation has actually reached a new low. Hence that initial spike down just in the reaction to inflation coming in much higher, but then it got quickly corrected because overall over the 2 month period, inflation because of this revision is actually lower than expected. So what we saw was a big spike down as a reaction, and then it just corrected the whole move and actually closed quite strong. Don't know why exactly though it waited so long until 7 o'clock before it started moving. I don't know exactly what it was there. I know Biden was talking at around 7ish. So if we go back and have a look, what made it actually? Oh, Biden was talking at around here. Yeah, I don't know why all of a sudden at 7 o'clock we got all this volatility. Morning, Nanas. But that's what happened. Always take a screenshot of news like of this. That's my advice, because you're never sure what the reaction, if there's a revision. It doesn't, like, you can see it's got this little arrow here, so you can tell that it got revised. But if you have a look at, say, the NFP always gets revised. And sometimes if you're just looking at it, if you're just looking at a list of these numbers might not mean anything to you. But it'll be hard for you to remember all of them, and sometimes they don't just revise the last one. Like usually this one is quite easy to see because you just look at what this one changed from the previous month's actual. But sometimes they revise again. They do like 2 revisions to the previous like 2-3 months. Sometimes, not always. So it's important to take a screenshot of this, and then when you're comparing to see if there was any revisions, then you take the net change, not the initial. Like, you get a reaction from the actual, from the newest print, but if they've revised, if this one's beat expectations significantly, but then the previous number got revised lower, or the last 2 got revised lower, then overall over the 3 month period, maybe it's actually not a beat, maybe it's a miss. Anyway, now today we've got CPI. This is the bigger one. We've had some Aussie wage index come in. That's a shame that they missed. This came in lower than expected. For the swing trade, I was kind of hoping it was going to come in higher. Good morning, Johan. Did a crazy thing. Tried to find the top of NAS when PPI came out at 0.5. Initially, or after it came out, did you try find it? Did it work? Did you get a little move? Did you get, like, was it on this candle you tried to get it? Oh, you got sales, Eddie, on the GA news. Nice one. Nice one. You were expecting to sweep up. Yeah, I put a trade on German like seconds before the news, because I thought there was a good chance it was going to come in. That's the way price is sort of meandering around. Thought I'm gonna give it a bit of a shot here. And the trade, I couldn't believe it. It was like over in like 13 seconds. 60 pips. 60 pips in literally 8 seconds. Sorry, 13 seconds. Put it on, like in here, just before the news. Then it just went boom, took my take profit plus, and I got positive slippage by 8 pips. It moved that fast. I was just looking for it to get down to this area, and then popped it on, and it just went smash. Alrighty, so today's going to be a difficult session. I can foresee that. Well, it probably will be. I'm not expecting much here, just because CPI. I don't like to mess with CPI. I like to just wait to see what it comes out as. Okay, so they're forecasting, just so everyone's clear as well. Remember, take a screenshot. So this should be all fairly straightforward, but I'm gonna screenshot all of this so I can do a very quick check. That's done. Good. And then we just have to wait now. So they're expecting a high number for CPI. So I don't think it's going to be such a beat like I thought PPI would. I thought PPI would beat 0.2 fairly comfortably, but a 0.4, that's not going to be as easy to beat. But because PPI came in high, I'd expect this is, yeah, I don't know actually. I'm really not sure. I think I'm expecting it to beat it. So all this move up, I wouldn't be surprised if CPI comes in higher, and then, you know, yesterday was the pump, today is the dump. But we'll see. Overnight, not really much to see. Asian session just continued that momentum mostly, which was fairly predictable. It's only now since like really late into the Asian session that we've started to correct, and from a predictable area. We've got all these little session highs here: Asian high, London high. All of this area across here would form some sort of resistance. So price pushing up into that area made a lot of sense. I think the American equities, we are so close to making an all-time high that you know the rule on that. I wouldn't be wanting to short this being so high here. This is likely to sweep and create a new high, regardless of the news. We're likely to see that new high in. Same for US 30, same for S&P 500. So never short a high in equity markets. Currencies, a bit different. Equity markets, don't do it. What else do we have now? We've got one more piece of, oh yeah, that's right. Next week we've got the last big news from the earnings season to fall. So next Wednesday we have, just so you guys have got the heads up beforehand, is next Wednesday we have Nvidia earnings after the market. So I'm really expecting next Thursday to be a fantastic day.
Is there a way on that website to see previous earnings? Like when was the last time Nvidia reported? Would it? Sorry, this is quarterly or this is monthly?
Quarterly. Yeah, quarterly. So the fiscal quarter ending here. Should be able to just click on it and then get the information. So the last earnings was in 22nd of February.
Mm.
So they beat it by 16.6. Oh, I'm not sure what this surprise percentage means. I'm assuming that's the difference. So the consensus forecast and then what they actually achieved.
Mm. So it's a percentage of people that were surprised by taking the wrong position.
Yeah, kind of a weird way of running it. Oh, surprise! Damn it. So yeah, they've been bumping up the expectations for overall for next quarter, which is unusual. Unusual for them to bump up the expectations. Normally what they do is at the start of the quarter they have all these lofty expectations and then they bring it down so that when it gets to the earnings they can fall over the line. It's a millennial beat. But this time what they did was they actually raised expectations as the quarter went on. Alrighty. So we've got 7 minutes. So I don't really have much expectations. Or actually this is a fairly easy. We've got clean candles. The move started late yesterday. Couldn't find any reason why, so I could just have to assume that this was manipulation. We've got a support. We've got another rejection wick. We've got a fake out. That break in this again means we go all the way back down to the base. So I see this as a tradable range. So that's a 30, 40 pip. That's it's almost too easy, isn't it? Kind of like this, we had like clean candles up. The pullback was a lot deeper, but it created that support, and then took the break, and then went to the base. Same thing if we're closing underneath this wick, then we go down to this next level. So I see heaps of tradable areas. Heaps and heaps and heaps of them. Yeah, that looks like a fairly easy move. Now, can we get a better price though? That's the thing. Can we get a better price, anticipating that it goes down to get into like these areas? I don't want to sell it if it's above here though. That's the thing, because we are so bullish. But if it does close underneath, and if you've got the selling bias, then obviously you get a better entry up above here. If it's closing down here, you can get a far better risk reward on your trade. But if you want to, yeah, does that make sense, guys? I can see something close underneath here as being a very easy trade to trade back down to the base of this candle. You're basically just repeating this candle. I don't see any reason why it moved at 7 o'clock last night. All right. Now let's just go through all time frames. Daily is so bullish. It's basically where we opened for the daily candle. 4-hour candle, nice bearish 4-hour candle. Created the bottom wick, haven't created the top wick yet. So I would like to see probably a bit of a spike up and then break in underneath here to stay in this range. So I do.
Sorry, David.
Go on, mate.
4-hour HCS with that previous FU candle.
Yeah, that makes me think.
One on the left.
It's like between these two, that the chances are of it going down is much higher, especially with the uncertainty of CPI. We don't have any news. What's Financial Juice say? They've got French CPI as red. Oh, that's out. Came in as expected. we've got some ECB speakers at 9 o'clock. Then we've got Eurozone at 10. So we do have, you know, something that can move the market. Eurozone GDP would be good to see. Good to see that come in high or low. Just a surprise either way. I'd prefer to see a top wick and then breaking this low. I don't really want to trade inside of this area. To me, this zone is pretty sketchy to be taking trades inside of. But we've got some no wick candles. I'm going to see how London opens, and if we spike up and we're just like not giving, I don't want to see anything break the high here. If we spike up and we're sort of hovering here, then I could get around giving a very small starter position sell to try get into the sell, and then I'll load up more. I'll scale in if we actually can clear this area just to get this little bit of the move.
It's a 1 hour rejection as well from the euro low right now.
Yeah.
Clearly wants to head up a bit.
I don't really want to. I need to be really careful. Like if we just stay ranging inside of here, then I don't want to have my entry too low. I'd rather be trying to enter from resistance. But if we're breaking up higher than here, then obviously sells wouldn't be making any sense. We'll see. What's your bias, guys? What are you preferring to look for?
I'm just following the short direction of that 4 hour HCS.
Yep.
Strong bearish FE candle to the left. Retested that. Looks convincing for shorts.
Adelaide think bearish for the session as well. Yeah, I like this. Got a couple of little gaps up here. I don't really want to entertain getting into sells until we take out some sort of lower time frame liquidity. At least take the euro high. Plenty of imbalance. I don't really want to use the 5-minute candles, to be honest. Maybe euro makes the high again. We head down as per the previous few days. Yeah, maybe. Euro has been making the high, but euro's been taking the Asian high and then going down. Monday and Tuesday, and it looks like euro's taking the Asian low. So does London go up? Does it? Do we just pump, and then the CPI comes in and then dump? Anyway, we've got 18 seconds to find out what London does. I need to... Actually, I'm not even going to open up the terminal just to make sure I don't do any hasty decisions. But I'd like to see it trade down. This would be my session target. Be around here. So this is the open now. It's thinking about going down. Okay. Now I'll open up the terminal.
Now they've got the terminal.
Yeah. Tried to give her some, after we finished the stream yesterday, tried to give her some porridge. And she just cries and doesn't like I'm not sure if it's a texture thing, so I thought, it's going to be risky here, but why don't I let her see if she grabs it and puts it in her mouth. And that was a mistake. She put her hand in the porridge, and then like put it all through her hair on the side. And then it was all over her face, and then it was all over the chair. I'm like, oh no, what have I done? Then she started crying. I tried to feed it to her with a spoon. And then I thought, this is just, it's not getting anywhere. So I was watching like some YouTube videos on how to like dad university to like see how to like feed her and like, yeah, how to wean her, properly. Because she looks at me eat, but when I try to give her anything, she doesn't want anything but milk. So then it wasn't until it was afternoon, and I was just eating an apple, and she was just staring at me. So I was like, oh, fine, just have my apple. So I gave her a bit without the skin, and actually grabbed it, and then she was actually like chewing on it, and she was happy. Then I took it off her, and then she started crying, so I gave it back to her. And it was a green apple, so it was pretty sour. Her face was funny, but I think she was actually enjoying it. So I think it's the texture that she hates. And maybe takes after me. Like, I hate mashed potato.
What? You hate mashed potato?
I hate it. Yeah, it's the texture.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry for you.
So and I think that's the same thing with the stuff. Like when I finally get it in the mouth, the porridge and stuff, she like gives me this look that she's about to vomit. She's like, so maybe it's the texture thing. So,
have you always hated mashed potato, or was that?
Yeah, I've just never liked it. It's not the flavor. It's
I was
just
very sorry for you.
It's like it's soft. It's gross.
Me too, brother. I hate it as well.
Oh my God, maybe you haven't tasted really amazing mashed potato.
I'll make roast potatoes all day, but mashed potatoes, no way.
Yeah, that's it. As soon as someone says mash, I'm like, oh, you just ruined it. You ruined a good potato.
When you come to visit me, I'll make you some. You will eat.
If it's smashed potato, I don't mind it.
Get a texture.
Yeah, Sarah loves it as well. So we always have conflict there. All right, so we retested this little zone. Now I want to see if we just... Are we going to reject it properly? Or are we going to extend it, go a little bit higher, and take out some of these imbalanced candles? Is anyone in a trade?
No. Just touch the 3-minute last area liquidity off the closed FU candle. So it might be indicating up further.
Good morning, IP. Yeah, slow with CPI. Hey Matt, how are you? Yeah, it's part of the fun. Giving her foods. All right, so we are extending these highs. Oh, Dom, you're long gold. Ivan, you're in the longs for German. Nice one. Yeah, I haven't looked at gold just yet. I liked how we pushed bullish as well. Everything like US dollar softened up a bit.
Ooh.
Okay. So we retested the fix. Oh, nice one. You go back from Bondi. Beautiful. Not much. We just opened it CPI, so it gave a breakdown of what happened yesterday PPI, and then just watching. So I like I didn't want to take sells inside of this area. I'm not set on a particular bias. That's the thing, because of CPI. But underneath here, I am keen for sells. I think this is a safe sell zone underneath here. Trying to find a sell in this area is risky, especially if we're going up like this. But this is an area that I'm watching closely to see if we do find some sort of resistance, and maybe we do start breaking down. So this would be very risky entering when the candle's so bullish for a sell. So I'm not too keen on trying to pick the top here, but I can understand if someone did give it a shot to look for this, to improve risk reward.
Taking a few imbalances.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy just to wait and see what this does.
Five-minute open, no top whip. No, you're on 5 minute.
Yep. So Ives theory, 15-minute resistance from Monday. Monday's over here. Asian had a reaction. We're going to that zone to either extend it or break through it. Yeah, the thing is, if we are pushing and giving everyone a good look at this resistance, then it's likely price will just continue going through it. Yeah, I got confused about the movement of price after PPI. Thought that over 0.5% would give the USD strength. Oh, yeah, I spoke about that. When did you get here? About half an hour ago, I went through it. Arnis went long with market open. Targets Asia high. Cool, nice one. Yeah, Johan, look at the if you go to Forex Factory and you look at the PPI news for May, came in 0.5%, beating the expectations of 0.3% for broad PPI, and core PPI was 0.2. You look at the revision to April. April came in at 0.2, and they got revised to minus 0.1. So you've had a revision of minus 0.3, and PPI this month beat by 0.2. So you've got a net change of minus 0.1. So over the 2-month period, you've actually got a reduction year on year inflation. That's why it initially went down on this on the news coming out. The initial reaction from headline was just a big beat, but when the dust settles, you realize it's actually a miss. So you got full correction. Those revisions are sneaky. Russ, long DAX based on 5-minute and 3-minute, bullish engulfing. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I could be just overthinking it, for sure. I could be overthinking it.
A very big 10-minute candle.
Yeah, very strong looking. Let's see if we create what the 15-minute closes as. So maybe if we get a fake out above here, I could give a little sell an opportunity. Otherwise, I would much rather be selling under here. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm leaning to sells. Just because I've, you know, likely missed this move. So I don't really want to take buys up in here. But I could take a momentum trade if we push up and we're just consolidating. I could get around taking a momentum trade up. Ooh, look at that.
Now I have one. Oh,
Look at this nasty 5-minute candle of the last 5 minutes of this 15 minutes, leaving this big spike. Okay, while we're waiting for this to do something, checking gold. Okay, gold's very bullish. But what I'd like to see, and we've got some targets in mind for gold. Keep on pushing up to 23.73, but I would actually like it to just push away. Notice the reaction. I think we could get a reaction from this fix that was left untested. This creates like a little bit of a resistance up here as well, so I'd like to see this hit, but I would like to see price. I wouldn't mind seeing price push up, and then trade down to the Tokyo fix. I quite like that idea, especially if we push away cleanly in London. That at some stage, I think, maybe it might be CPI though that does it, but I think would revisit this area as well, just with the daily volatility. But I'd imagine that we're just going to keep on, apart from like these, like some big spikes and intraday volatility, I imagine we just keep on grinding up unless we get a surprise in CPI to the upside. If we get a surprise to the upside, then that will be bearish on gold. Hey Daniel. Okay, so CPI is 0.4 is expected. If you get a number greater than 0.4, so say it comes in 0.5 or higher, then you're going to be, that will be very bullish for gold. Very bullish for US dollar. And it should be bearish for gold and equities. If you get a low number, if you get like a 0.3 or less, then it's upside down. US dollar will be bearish, gold will be bullish, equities will be bullish. If you get as expected, that's probably going to be bullish US dollar, but it will be a bit mixed on gold and equities. So hopefully we get a surprise either way, upside or downside. Okay, so 15-minute closed. I'm not convinced with this wick. I'm not convinced with these 5-minute candles just yet. Because this 15-minute could just be pulling back. Or if this 30 minutes leaving like a big wick and we're flipping bearish, then the easy job is to trade away. From this wick. And maybe this is just a liquidity grab. And now if we can break these lows, then it increases the probability of retesting the base of this candle. So you get paid to wait here. As at the moment, I would say that this could just be, this is the support, this is the resistance. We've got a little fake out to the upside, got a little fake out to the downside, and this is your range. So taking a trade inside this area is probably not the best idea. Like entering a new position, if you're anticipating the range, or you're just looking for, like, if it could easily range here for a bit. So if it's a range style trade, then yeah, you'd be wanting to take buys from the lows and sells from the top. But if you're looking for a price to break out one way or another, then you don't really want to take buys above here or sells below here without the right confirmations. Good price could just have you here for a while. What did UK 100 doing? It's just UK 100's been on fire. Look at this, just straight up.
Why?
What? Why?
Well, yeah, I know it's a large topic, but I mean, the UK economy is still not doing that well, right? I mean,
yeah, it's because they get much closer to rate cuts.
Oh, okay.
So the pound's been going down, and a lot of the way that the FTSE's structured is that most of the countries make their profits in US dollars. So if pound's going down and the companies make the same profits in US dollars, when they convert back to pounds, those pounds are worth more. So, you know, the valuations of the companies are going up. It's an interesting little wrinkle that's unique to UK 100.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that a long time ago. If I forgot about that. Yeah.
Plus the other thing with UK 100 is the UK economy had been getting beaten down because they were like in recession, and equity markets don't like recession either. So you've got, even though that they could still be posting like better profits because of the US dollars, there's still not as much confidence to invest into the UK 100.
Didn't they say we're officially out of it now?
And yeah, and now we got the GDP read of 0.4% positive, so they're out of a recession. But now you started seeing some flows into the UK 100. Also, I'm not sure how much of a impact this had, but they announced the new ISA, which is over here in the UK. You've got things called ISAs, which are individual saving accounts, and you've got different types of ISAs, and whatever happens, whatever you do to these ISAs, anything you like, for example, you can have cash savings ISAs, you can have stocks and shares ISAs, pension ISAs. They brought out a new one called I think it's called the Brit ISA, So that means if you invest money through this ISA up to £20,000 per year, if you invest into, for this Brit ISA, I think they've got a different allowance, but if you invest into the UK stock market,
5,000. Yeah.
5,000, yeah. If you invest into the UK stock market, any gains you make are completely, you don't need to report that to the tax, to the
An extra 5,000 allowance on top of the 20,000.
on top of the 20, yeah.
Yeah. So it's £5,000.
So that could maybe that's had an impact as well. Like if you invest into UK stock, then this is going to be a tax deduction basically. All right, so we took out the little gap up here. These little gaps, this little bit of liquidity. Looks like we're coming down now. So if we fade out this candle, it's going to be very negative emotions. Then we can break it and drop.
Maybe the scooping up those imbalances gave it enough juice for its short move.
Yeah, I mean, you got liquidity above this triple top right here. And we've got, this looked like liquidity.
Yeah.
Let's go, boy. Come on. Just drop. Here we go. We can get down another 40 pips would be quite nice.
But you already know.
No, I want to see it clear underneath here. But it's moving pretty quick. Because at the moment this is still support to me. But I'd like it to drop. Maybe we've got a little tiny bit of liquidity just here as well. So if we I'll draw this on the trading view. So if we can just do a little tap, and if we close and we if we break, doing a second break underneath here. And then this is a clean space. I'd say it would come down here no matter what anyway. But the way that it moved here, here, and here means that it could still do a pullback. Or we can just have one of those crap sessions where just range and range and range and range and range. 30 minutes now looking like a rejection candle. From that 15-minute strong looking candle and the 30-minute, it's about to be faded out. It's cleared on alpha. It broke the low, did it, on alpha?
Yeah, it cleared the by
It did.
like 4 pips.
Yeah, it did too, didn't it? Can see that now. Come on, break. To me, it's got to hit here now. It's got to. And FXCM. Okay. Yeah, it's got to hit here for sure. Got a double bottom. That's liquidity. And you've got clean candles here. No wick candles. And you've got a little tiny consolidation. What it does from here, though, is a question. Come on. And we've got ECB speakers at, what was it, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock? It's not on Forex Factory. It's 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's on Financial Juice. Mueller and Wren. Do we have any news that's popped up? Oh, this is actually a nice way of displaying things. Not sure what that adds, but I'll have to have a look at that. Okay, so it took the double bottom low.
Are you looking at something like this? Trading from here down.
Yeah, even if it can I draw your thing? Oh no, I can't. It's got some imbalances and stuff here as well. So it could read.
5 minute close or something, but then up here, then down.
Yeah, if this is going to be the high now, then this area needs to be respected. All these like areas where you got this is like your little, probably a HCS in the 3 minute. No, it's not. Anyway, if this was a buy to sell, then this area needs to act as a resistance. So I wouldn't want anything breaking these highs. So that would be your stop loss. Or even inside of here.
If you're looking for an entry for a sell, if it's closed under here, would you still be looking for it to retest some of this before going down?
Second break would be probably fairly safe, quick move, but you lose so much profit potential.
Stop loss might be difficult too, because you might be afraid of it stepping back up.
I think if it's breaking under here, you can go tight stop loss. You can go tight stop loss on that one. If we push down, first time touch though, we could have the rebound, but second break of that area, you could put your stop loss like 10 pips.
Yeah, but what kind of entry are you looking for? You gonna wait for that break?
I would like to try get in, anticipate it on this.
Yeah, because I like the idea of at least a 5 minute close under this, and then some kind of low time frame price action from here.
Yeah, that's what I'd prefer. But you can also split entries, just go in like multiple small positions. So this would be my max pullback zone, and this would be my target zone. So anywhere, like, I'd be happy to keep on looking for sells as long as we're sitting below here, and I could take some like smaller breakout entries, or add a position if it does rebound, or load up with my main position around here.
Cool.
And that way, that would be the best risk reward. And I can keep my stop loss tight, so this way, you know, if I'm just straight wrong and price goes all the way through, then I gave it a shot with at least a risk reward potential of, I could absolutely be wrong, but how many times will I be wrong going for like a 3-to-1? I could be wrong, 50% of the time. I just have to man up and then take it like a champion if I lose. But it does piss me off losing. It does. I hate it. But I also don't want to miss this move, so I don't want to go in too big on an area that I know is kind of like a crappy area to be entering a sell, because this is still support. But if you really want to, I would recommend just go with a small, like a tiny position. At the moment, it's still not doing anything. Like, I still want to see what the reaction does at this before I consider anything.
On a 5 minutes already closed underneath that initial long FU candle that opened.
Oh, it did too. Yeah, I was stuck on the 4 minute. So this 30-minute candle came to a close. Look, 30-minute candle. Look at that. Strong looking 30-minute candle. Now the hour is still open. So this hour, is it going to, like, it would be annoying if this hour candle, the next 30 minutes just holds us here and that hour candle closes like this.
Yeah.
That'd be really annoying.
Up, down, nothing.
Yeah, you just got like a real conflict of candles then. Gold's done. Oh, nice one. Oh, you closed too early. Oh, shame. Oh yeah, it hit that area. Beautiful. Yeah, took out the Tokyo fix. Good work, Dom, though. Nice move. Another little bit of structure just above, but we've got to deal with this resistance that we're at now. But yeah, looking very bullish. So it looks like what's VIX has opened higher. So it looks like this. See how what they did yesterday was it gapped up higher and then went higher and higher and higher. As this implied, this is more implied volatility. So this is more option covering, like short covering. And then once the news came out, then there was a lot less volatility, a lot less like need to protect your the entries, because PPI came in net low. Now the same thing though, we've got CPI again, so it's gapped up just with the increased volatility, just with this new impending news that we've got. Oil staying fairly just consolidating. Dollar is decreasing. So if dollar's going down, I'd expect, yeah, it's not really good for equities for dollar to go down. I mean, that's good for equities. It's not good for this move to go down. What did treasuries do yesterday? Treasuries dropped, so it's closed at the moment now. Oh no, it's open. So they're dropping. So that's showing, yeah. It's not the best circumstances to see a drop. But I can't argue that once we get underneath here, we've got clean candles. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to discuss yen. So we've got June 14, I think, from memory. June 14 or June 15. Basically a month's time is when they've got their next interest rates. So it'd be very interesting to see if what, like 10 days up to that. So starting early June, we'll see what the rumors are for yen. And if they're rumoring, at the moment they're jawboning, trying to say that it's going to that they'll consider hiking. Whether the market believes that or not, we'll see.
I actually sent that before I had a look. Just have a look at the Euro session for yen. Oh no, it's crazy, man.
This one, Euro yen.
I mean the London session on the yen pairs. It's just collapsed. It's gone. It's on the spike down. It's recovered everything from yesterday. USD JPY is down. I think the QE yen is a good potential short swing trade at the moment.
I'm glad I cashed in my GJ yesterday then.
Yeah, it's only 30 pips so far.
Just looks like a pullback.
Yeah, intervention would be 500.
Yeah, it's the problem with these forex pairs. It always looks more than it is.
Yeah.
You sit and watch it move 20 pips in 2 days.
Yeah, I was before the interventions when I was in a US yen trade and I was watching it and I was like, sometimes it was just not even ticking up, and like it looked like it was moving on the low time frames, but then like it was literally moving in points, like 0.5 of a pip, and like it was lucky to get. I think there was a total of 20 pips movement across 2 different sessions, so it was like hours and hours and hours. And I was wondering because like the scale had it moving like quite nice, but when you actually measure, each candle is only like 2 pips. So slow. Okay, come on, German. Everyone's watching. It's looking good. It's looking good. Looking like this candle. It's a bit annoying that this candle doesn't have a top wick. But we closed below all these wicks. We've got a little tiny bit of support here. But we've created a top wick. We're breaking the lows. Just need to... We've got clean candles here, mostly, on this time frame. Just need to...
It also just tapped the 30-minute last area liquidity as well on that previous candle. So the very top of the current wick just brushed the last area liquidity of the previous candle.
Of this one, the big one.
Yeah, yeah.
Just need to keep on seeing it. Push down, push, drop, 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 not push, drop.
Make sure you tell it the right thing.
Yeah.
We're horribly wrong. No, I said drop.
Come on. Ah, so slow. We get a chance, can look at gold. Yep. So this was a resistance that we've tapped into. Now we've got clean candles above it. We've left liquidity behind here. So if we can break above, I don't see why we can't go. If we push and then like close above, unless we change structure, I don't see why we can't get to 2368, like this little area. This is a concern though, the way London's just pushed up. So imagine it could just keep on grinding higher for another, we'll see what happens at 9 o'clock. Maybe 9 o'clock will turn. If not, it will keep on pushing up, and then maybe just before New York session, we'll have a big push down. But the closer we get to New York session, is just really not interested in trading then, until at least CPI is out of the way. So close. Now we've got, unless we get a structure shift, we're starting to get prices clearly made a high, prices clearly made a low now, and now it will just be momentum that will keep taking us down. So it's looking good. It's looking really good for these sales. New 15 minutes just opened, so we've got a little gap as well. Actually, a lot of these got little gaps on the 15-minute candle. I didn't notice that actually before. The 15-minute being so gappy. Actually, it is very gappy. I used to always think it was such a clean looking chart. I wonder if they changed that, because it used to be just a default. Maybe it's a different feed, but it used to be the last tick of the candle automatically became the first tick of the new candle. So price would always be very, very synced up. I know FXCM does that. So like when you look at like the gold chart is always very precise, very accurate. I thought German used to be like that as well. So just my eyes just picked it up then. Yeah, it could be a coffee time coming up to make it move. But I got no reason to look for longs, personally. Just looking for this momentum to continue down, and I'd love to see it finally get into this clean area. Because otherwise we've got, yeah, just across here, we've got a little bit of resistance that could turn into support. Just need to see it break. What's Naz doing? Ooh, Naz looks nice as well. Very nice. Got a support. We've got the break. we've got clean candles, got a little spot here, but then you've got the base of this candle. So looking for price as well. Once we can get some momentum, don't see why we can't hit 18,240. Especially if we get a pullback from here and then like break in this low the second time. Looking something like this. Then we can get that move down. You can see that playing out. Target in here. Just got a little area. Just got to watch out for. This area could just be a little bit problematic. Thinking of going long at. Did you just type that as I was? Yeah, that's that's pretty much the area I was saying. You can, if it's getting down there, trade down to that area. If you're going to go long from that area, it makes sense. I'll be right back in a few minutes whilst doing this. I'll be right back.
It was meant to go down when I made a coffee, not up.
Yeah, we both did the same thing, Sarah.
Say that again?
We both did the same thing. We both went and made a coffee thinking that it was going to keep going, but we triggered the reversal.
We have to remember that coffee trick. Go the opposite.
Mm. Yeah, it's international.
All right. Yeah, gosh. Now the hour candle's going to be this annoying.
There's that 15-minute no-wick candle.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to come back for that. What a push from this little area. Jeez.
I was out of the room, mate. But if you chuck the 1 minute on, you can see where I would have entered if I'd seen it.
This guy.
I'll just give me 2 seconds to annotate up. So just trying to work out some business stuff in the background and keep getting people come in and ask me questions.
Bastards.
Yeah, this guy.
Hmm.
We get that. Don't worry about this line. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah. It went the wrong way when I went to grab the... as soon as I leave the computer, turn around.
You didn't put caramel in your coffee again, did you?
That's not me.
You know what happens when caramel goes in coffee?
Yeah.
That was me. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I haven't been doing that. I haven't been doing that. And in my defense, I didn't actually put the caramel in the coffee. It was already in there.
The market doesn't care about who put it in there, Glenn.
People don't like these la-di-da Malconas.
Look, we've got 2 minutes till this candle's going to close, and this has created the range now, which sucks. So we've got a rejection wick to the from up to go down, and then this one has rejected the low and then going up, and that's going to be a range. It's going to be a range, which is annoying. So could give it a shot for a little sell here, but The hour candle, I don't really want to go against the hour candle. I don't want to do something stupid with CPI day. So it's just typical crappy price action because it's such a huge news event. I still am going with trading under here is a great idea. Is a great idea. Trading inside of this range is not. It's just not like it's risky. It's risky because it can just meander along. All right. Well, Zoomers, stay on. YouTubers, good luck today. Just be careful. You really don't need to trade CPI. You can just wait for the dust to settle. Wait for the fireworks to leave. There'll be much clearer direction after CPI. But if you are going to trade, just make sure you keep your risk low and understand that CPI is going to affect every single pair. Every single pair. Don't feel like you're safe because you're trading Euro Aussie. It'll still affect even like a pair that doesn't have US dollar in it. All right. Oh, Tai, you entered too soon, got stopped. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. It's yeah. It is what it is. We can see, but we've got you can see how people get screwed on days like this. 15-minute bullish engulfing. I think that's fantastic. And then then you've got a 30-minute bearish engulfing, and now you've got a 45-minute like train tracks fake out. Hour candle is now looking like a bullish engulfing candle. So it's just like you go through all these different time frames, and it's just a complete mix of things. So look at the hour candle just close like that. Yeah, what a prick.
Right, yeah, you're right.
Anyway, if we now it's 9 o'clock is here, so all that jockeying for position may be over. 9 o'clock can represent like some decent little clean moves. I don't really want to take a trade inside of here, but if we are going to be, if we wick down, what I would be looking for actually is if we do wick it down on this candle and we're breaking inside of here, then I can get around, targeting this wick and then seeing if you can get that momentum back up to the resistance. But you're playing with such small ranges, yeah, like 10 pips, I wouldn't be surprised if you can do that at least. But when it's like playing with 10 pips here and there, not like the risk you take on for such little reward is it's not great. It's not great, especially taking a trade in the first couple of minutes. But you do what you do. You be careful though. Are you sitting out till tomorrow? Yeah, CPI day is just a funny day. So I love it. I like the news. I like it, but most people do lose on news days. So the extra volatility that's here, the extra excitement, seeing price move, it really does lure a lot of people in. So have good discipline, guys. Have good discipline. I'm going to set an alert for here. I really do like the idea of I see this as a clean range. So I see this as doable. And I could even get around. No, I'm not even going to say that because I don't want to say what I was going to say. Because I know people will be like, oh, you took a cowboy trade, and it's like, yeah, but I'm watching stuff as well in the meantime. Things can easily change. It change my idea, but this is a clean range. This is good. That 10 pips, yeah, targeting that wick made a lot of sense. It was an imbalanced candle as well. That's the thing that's kind of crappy about this 15-minute candle was the imbalance, and we've got imbalances above here as well. Prices is heavy trapped for a long time inside this area. Anyway, I'm going to scoot YouTube, so be safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, good luck. Bye-bye.